Hey guys, we didn't have anything today. The lady says she has the flu or something, so I talked Vinny into putting this ring. I always wanted this ring facing out this way, so he's gonna install something there for me, and hopefully your header.
Is that gonna be a problem?
No. Yeah,
Like
what you're hitting. Yeah, see, there's usually you don't need plugs there because you have a header in there. See, whenever you have 16 feet across here like this or anything, you always have a header. I don't know if it's a 6 or a 8. It's probably a 4x8 that goes across there. And so no matter where you hit it, there's going to be a header at least 8 inches, or stay under 8 inches and you'll hit a header. So that's what you did there. You don't need no plugs, so that's good. Woke up the spider. So anyway, that should work out good. Now he's gonna put down the garage, I guess, and run some electrical over here. Some of this is Romex. It shouldn't be Romex. It should be armored cable, but it was like that for years. So anyway, he'll probably use armored cable for himself over there and then tap in with this box over there so it's hot 24/7. Okay guys, he's painting the box. He's gonna put some caulking behind it as well. We went through with Romex and we're just going to continue to go. I mean, I didn't put this Romex over here. This was from the owner over here that had some sort of floodlight that we took down and melted. Anyway, this Romex goes in over here. So we're just, you're supposed to put Romex either in the attic or in the wall. You're not supposed to put it on the outside of the wall. But guess what? This is not being inspected. It's my house. It only has to pass my inspection, and if I'm happy with it, it's good enough for me. But yes, you should be putting in armor cable, but it's so close to that garage door mechanism. I just want a flat 90. He's going to bend that into a 90 and staple her down nice and flat, and I got what I need. Like I said, this isn't being inspected. The only person that's going to be screwing around in this garage until I'm dead is me, and then who knows after that. But and if somebody complains, if they ever sell the house for some reason, which I don't think they will, I think if somebody had a bitch about it, I'd say fine, we'll rip it out. Forget your camera. We'll pull all this Romex out and leave you with a blank canvas. You know what I mean? But for me, this is going to work out great. Alright guys, he's got a laser line. He's going to tack that up for me as straight as possible. It looks beautiful. I'm so happy with that. You can see over here where they put Romex in. So, if that's what we're just going to feed it right into that box and he's going to be done with it. So I'm happy with that. Alright guys, he put silicone in the back of it. A lot of silicone, which
I
is
wiped
good.
it right here though, a little bit.
That's good.
You can see it coming out of the hole.
Yeah, it's coming out of the hole in the center, so it's watertight. And it's not going to get no water. The only water it's going to get is when I clean underneath my eaves. I clean the spider webs with water, a pressure washer, every once in a while with a real low pressure. And water can get behind that and maybe in if I don't have silicone on it. But that's the only time. When I wash that, I try to stay away from that vent. So, and if I do get a little bit in the vent, it doesn't do anything. Why?
I didn't do silicone in the holes.
What hole? You don't have to worry about that.
On these?
Yeah, it's fine.
There's a little hole right here.
Then just take one screw out at a time and pack it. Just take one screw out right now, pack it for silicone, and then put the screw back one at a time.
It looks like shit.
No, don't worry about it. Just touch up the paint after when it dries. Okay, what he's going to do is just he wants to put silicone in the screw hole. So he'll take one out, pack it full of silicone, and then put it back and do the same to the other side. Just fucking cram that silicone nozzle in there. Don't worry about how it looks. Just wipe it, and then we'll paint it again. You got the paint already right there. So we'll touch up the paint. I want that son bitch weatherproof. even though there's not much going to be getting in there. Just cram that nozzle in there and pump it. Yeah. Anyway, he's going to get that done, and then we'll take a look at it. Alright guys, he's got that silicone packed everywhere. It's looking good. And then over here, he's got that stapled to the wall, going to the junction box over there. Like I said, it already has Romex, and yeah, on walls like this, you should be using armor cable, but in this case, it fits the application better, and like I said, it's my place. So, anyway, we'll just get it done. It's going to be nice to have it. The only reason why I want it is a couple times at 1 in the morning, my ring goes, this ring right here catches. This ring right here, I got tape on it now because we're walking in and out and it keeps triggering. So I always put tape on it. But anyway, this one will catch all the way out to here. And we've gotten some video where cars at 1 or 2 in the morning come and make that turn, and they slow down and they almost go to a crawl as they come this way. Now both vehicles have got alarms on them, and they've got lights that show, hey, we got an alarm if they get out and look inside. Except for mine's a little bit, where I got mine a little more visible. You might even be able to see it walking up to it, but Vinny's, you got to walk up to it and then you'll see it flashing. But I would just like to have that extra security right here, because I'd like to know, like, if they pull up here, you know, on the side of my vehicle over here is a little vulnerable, but not much. I keep my locks on. I keep those black slick locks on. But if somebody comes over here and they park right here, I probably won't pick up on them with this camera that Vinny's putting in, but I can get them with that camera over there. But if they do pass to about right here and they stop, this will give me a better view than that one. But anyway, haven't had no problems other than a few vehicles. Well, they did break into my GMC, remember, Vinny? Yep. They didn't know, the idiots didn't know that it was parked right where Vinny's is, and my alarm light was on the left side, and I guess when they looked in, the steering wheel blocked the light. So what they did was they were going to try to steal the whole van, because they couldn't get into it because it had those exterior locks like this one. So what they did do is they were going to take the whole van, because it's an older model. On these newer models, man, it's hard to bypass the ignition and get it going and still. Usually they'll just want to steal what's in it rather than the whole van, unless they're going to tow it or something. But in this case, on my old van, it was an old one, and they knew they could just jump the ignition switch so easily. So they came up here, and I guess they didn't see the light because the steering wheel was blocking it, and they punched out. They gave this 2 hits, and I heard it on the first hit, and at the second hit, I had a laser on them from that window. My laser was coming. I mean, I don't know how that must have felt on him, but not that I would have opened fire or anything. I would never do that for somebody breaking into my van. But I'm sure it made them feel a little bit weird seeing that laser fill the cab up. And they jumped in their car, and they were parked where I couldn't even see their car. They were parked about right here. They came up real slow. They got out. They tried to punch the lock 2 times. I heard them the first time from my window, and I started hollering and cussing at them from this window right here, along with my light, and they took right off. And unfortunately, I didn't get a plate. I did notify Huntington Beach that there was somebody. I didn't want to report or anything. I just notified the PD that there was somebody cruising around trying to break into vehicles. So, and I stayed up for a while. I couldn't sleep no more, and I did see a patrol car pass 2 or 3 times that evening. But anyway, we decided we're just going to put this in. So Vinny got it on Amazon, and he's putting it up for me, guys. So the box is right there, and we'll see how it goes when he's done. Hey guys, you know, I bought this trap, Milwaukee trap cleaner. It says it'll do bathroom traps, you know, without taking it all apart. And I bought this for my toilet auger. So I bought this. Yeah, I figured, well, I got that for my toilet auger. So I bought this. I'm going to try it out, guys. My sink isn't slow in my bathroom, but it does have a bad smell. And what happens is it accumulates hair. I've got this long-haired woman over there, and she sheds like a dog. And it builds up in that drain, and then, you know, so I'm going to send that through and see if it really works, because I have a 3/16, or it's actually millimeters, from China, and it really goes through traps and overflows, unlike these 1/4 inches. I'll show it to you guys. I usually keep one on each truck and a couple spare. I'm afraid that one day I'll go to look for it, and because I could never get a trap, a snake through a trap that was 1/4 or bigger without cramming the shit out of it and possibly breaking something. So I found this snake from China on Amazon, and it's only a hand little snake. You got to turn it by hand, no drill motor adapter, no nothing. But the tip of it, instead of having just that one little pigtail on it, or whatever you want to call it, it has like 3 where it bends so easy. It just molds to whatever you're putting it in. And there hasn't been a bathroom trap that I couldn't get through, or a sink trap. So I decided, well, you know, this is a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to try it today just on mine. But the one that never fails me, I'll show you. I got like 5 of them because I'm afraid that one day I'm going to go to buy them and they're not going to be around. I've got one in my truck. I got one in Vinny's truck. Alicia's got one underneath the sink. And then I got one more right here, guys. I don't know if you can see it right here. I'll show it to you. Hasn't been used. It's just sitting there for an emergency. And if these break, if these plastic things break, I don't care. I can load them into another one. They don't have to be perfect. What I'm after is a snake. It's about 3/16 of an inch right here. It's about 3/16 of an inch, less than a 1/4, or it might be metric. And it's got this. And what I like about this thing will go down any trap. Where the other ones that are just one, like that one bulb, or whatever you call those things, they're harder to bend and they're harder to get, you know. But with this having so many breaks in it, it's got 1, 2, and 3. This thing just wraps around anywhere. So I keep an extra one. Like I said, I can load this up into any cheap. I just after the cable. So I'm gonna see if they have any more. But I'm gonna try this trap snake. That's a 1/4 inch from Milwaukee, and see if it's gonna work. So we'll be doing that in a little bit today. As soon as Vinny gets done here, me and him are going to try to snake that drain just for the fun of it, just to see if that Milwaukee works. Because he's got one that I bought, but I broke the cable on it. I didn't break the cable. I cut the cable because I couldn't get the bulb through a trap for a bathtub. And so I cut it off. That way I could get through it, and I did. It worked, you know. And I charged the customer, I think I charged him $28 extra so I could replace it, but I haven't replaced it because I want to see if that trap will make it through a sink trap. And if it does, then I'm going to buy him a new cable for his, and let him save that cable that I cut, because sometimes, guys, you just can't get through a drain with the bulb on the end. And so then you know, a lot of plumbers will just cut that thing off and make it work. So we'll keep his cable, we'll put it on zip ties. That way, if we can't get through something, we can resort back to the cable that we cut, and we won't be wasting money there. So anyway, Vinny doesn't like running this Romex. He wants armored cable, but to me, it's just more practical for me because I'm not near that spring anymore. I don't need a box there, and it is what it is. We went through there. We don't know what's in that wall, so we kept it right directly behind the box, and I'm good with it. As long as I'm good with it, that's all that really matters. Okay, guys, it's all finished. We're gonna touch up the paint on those two screws, those two dots. And Alicia's, we had to put some new fixtures up. The other ones just disintegrated. You can see the footprint of the old ones. Alicia put caulking in here. That way we don't get moisture in there. Now Alicia's gonna take the paint that we have, and she's gonna paint this up right there and touch up those two screws. Vinny already painted the box and it looks beautiful. She's gonna paint around this guy too, you can see here. So she's gonna touch up all that paint while we're out here. Okay guys, Alicia's over here painting this up. There's a little spot under here, Al, and that's about it. Oh, you're not done? Okay, looking really good. She's gonna do the other side. Yeah, it's looking really good, keeping it nice and clean. Good job, Al. Boy, Vinny did a great job on my light. So I'm happy with that. And then she's gonna touch up paint over here. I'm having to drain the jacuzzi, guys. It won't, whenever your water in a jacuzzi won't respond to the chemicals you're putting in, then it's time for a change. You can either do a half point or you can do it all. And so what I do is I do it all. So I put this cleaner that goes in there. It's like a jacuzzi cleaner. You put it into the hot water and you run it. It's this stuff right here. It's the spa cleaner right here, that blue stuff right there, System Flush, and this is for the filters. But anyway, with that being said, I dumped a whole bottle of that in because that's what it almost calls for. And no, I'm not gonna use it. So you dump it in to the jacuzzi and into the hot water, and you just let it do its normal circulation. But maybe every 3 or 4 hours for the first 24 is you come out here and turn on all 3 pumps, and you let the pumps run for 15 minutes. That's what they cut off. If you turn on one of those pumps, they run. You can turn on all 3 pumps, and 15 minutes later they're off. So every 4 or 5 hours you come over here and you run those pumps, and then towards the end you run your blowers just to get that shit through the blowers. So probably in a couple hours, I just poured the whole bottle in a couple hours, and you got to remove your filters. So in a couple hours, I'll come out here and I'll run the pumps again, and I'll run the blowers. That way you get the cleaner into the blower area or whatever. But anyway, then what I do, I know a lot of people, is when I go to drain it, as it's going down, I wipe along the jacuzzi with the same chemical that's in the thing, and it cleans all the walls as it goes down. I just keep doing it until it's all gone, and then once it's all out and everything is drained, then I take a hose and rinse that residue off. I spray some vinegar in the jets, 100% vinegar into the jets, then I rinse that out, and then I fill it 3/4 of the way, guys, and I turn on the pumps and the blowers to get all that soapy water that cleaner does out, and then I drain it again, and then I put fresh water, and I can get almost a year out of it by doing it that way, where other ways I've tried and I only get 6 months. But anyway, that's what I'm doing today on Friday, so we'll see what Saturday brings. Over here I've got the filter cleaner. Basically it's supposed to be a half cup of cleaner with 5 gallons of water, so that's about 5 gallons where it is. I measured it one time, and I put a little extra just in case I'm over. I'll be honest with you guys, this shit's a pain in the ass. If I didn't have kids, that thing would be in the trash can. But still got a house full of kids here, so not even kids anymore. But anyway, alright guys, everything is done here. She's got the paint all the way around, touched up the light fixture, and got this guy all done too. Well, that's it for today, guys. I'll post this video, and we'll see what we can get into tomorrow on that jacuzzi, I guess.